Welcome to another episode of the Bald Avenger Show. I am Jason Cisneros, also known as the Bald Avenger himself. I am the tattooed guru, the king of the Misfit Nation, and a legend in my own mind, y'all. In my own mind. And that's a little bit what I wanted to talk about tonight. We started talking about the king. It was funny. I just put out a little post the other day, something about king of the Misfit Nation, something that was bestowed on me by other people, not that I claimed myself until I actually claimed it for myself. And so as we get in tonight's show, the idea, the very title of it is called Stop Begging for Your Birthright. And I get these kind of messages all the time. I just did a live. It was just kind of an impromptu live today with Sean Whalen and Dan, the laptop man Young. And both of these guys, radically successful people. And we met at a water place that does custom water stuff. And then we went over to a place. We got IVs with vitamins and having great conversations and so on and so forth. And it just reminded me, like, I was written plus on his live, because Sean Whalen is also a very polarizing type of a guy. Hi, Leona. What's up, Am? Good to see y'all. So anyway, but he's also a polarizing type of guy. But I was watching on his, and it was follow-up because I knew what I was going to talk about tonight anyway because of the comment that I'm about to tell you about. But while I was watching him, there's people that are on there making all kinds of shitty remarks and, like, hashtag, like he was going, look, we got it was 3 multimillionaires that were sitting in a room, and he went live so that he could add value, so that, he could ask questions of everybody, and people in the audience could ask questions and, and get some of their questions answered for free, right? We're all 3 in a room. It's very difficult to put the 3 of us in a room, the three successful anything in a room, right? It's tough to do because usually they're off doing stuff. They don't have time to be bitching about other things. They don't have time for all that stuff. They're busy doing stuff. And so it's very, very difficult, which is another reason why we decided to do Unstoppable. I'm going to get into all of that at the end here, but we decided to do Unstoppable for proximity, to force our way, to take a time out of our life to have Misfit Nation get together under one roof at least one time a year. If we could do it more, then that's what we're going to do, y'all, because it's time for Misfit Nation to stand up and to be counted. And I'm going to talk a lot about that tonight. But I want to start with the premise, right? People getting on and going, like I was watching on Sean's live with all of us, and can you answer, instead of asking real questions like, how do you deal with adversity? How do you deal with having a family? How do you deal with going through a divorce? How do you deal with these things, like real world issues that people that are really doing something with their life want to know the answers to? And here's how you can tell that the people that are on there, they have nothing better to do, right? The year of 2020 is going to be the death of the online troll. Okay. It's going to be the death of the online troll because they have shit to add. They have nothing to add. And somebody goes on there and, I'd like to know, do you realize you're arrogant? They said this to Sean Whalen. Like he gives a shit, right? It's funny because I'll be on Twitter sometimes and I'm like really going at like somebody that I disagree with. And I get to the end of it and I start laughing at myself because one, I think to myself, number one, I'm going to tweet this. Nobody's going to see the tweet, right? Even if the recipient of it, like Rachel Maddow, like let's say that Rachel Maddow gets one of Jason Cisneros' tweets, right? She's been on television, radically successful, all of the different things that she has done and accomplished in her life. I disagree adamantly with 99.5% of the shit that she says. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And I'm going at her, I'm like, how can you even think this? And before I push send, I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck are you, Jason? You're nobody. Like, she's not like she's not going to read it. Number one. Number two, you're just doing this for self-aggrandizement. Isn't there some way, or you can lift her up or lift somebody else up and forget this tweet, because it's not going to do any good. And if it does hit the recipient, it's going to be a form of division instead of lifting somebody up. And that's what we're about. I get caught up in it. I get pissed. I have a political opinion. I have very strong opinions if you haven't figured that out. But what I wanted to come back to tonight is we're all headed to hang out with our families, you know, or we're headed to spend time by ourselves, whatever it is. You know, everybody's got some sort of adventure that they're going to be going on for Thanksgiving. And as you head back to that environment and you're thinking about what you're going to do with your 2020, here's a couple of things that just hit me that I'm like, this is a powerful show. This is a powerful conversation for us to have. Even if it's just me by myself having the conversation, it's going to be powerful to have this conversation with myself, to talk through these issues of begging for your fucking birthright. Okay. And let's talk about what your birthright is. We're born, no matter how you're born, whether you are, there's people that are watching this, that are listening to this, that are children of rape, that are children, you know, some of my favorite people, you know, were supposed to be aborted. Some of my favorite people were born and given up, and they were adopted. Some of them were born and wouldn't be adopted, so they spent their entire life in and out of orphanages. There's a lot of you that were born into a family that didn't give you up, but you fucking wish they would have, right? So there's a lot of you that were born into a life and you were given a great family, and you take that shit for granted, and you're some of the most whiny booby baby bullshit people that are walking the face of the planet, because we figure out a way to be miserable unless we're intent on being useful. Right? Unless we're intent on being useful. So I thought about, you know, what does this mean for all of us, this begging for our birthright? And I got asked the question in a shitty way, right? Jason, who do you think you are to call yourself the king of anything? I knew you back in the day. Like, I know the shit you've done. I saw blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and this is somebody that's known me for a really, really long time. They're like, how do you call yourself the king of anything? And I thought about it for just a second, because we've talked about it. Everything that this person has, I've talked about the things that I've done, who I was, the upbringing that I had, the activities that I participated in, the things that I've done to harm people, the things that I've done to harm myself, the things that I did to fuck up my family, the things that all of those things. I don't run from any of it. And all I could think in my head was, man, he must not have watched anything that I've done like recently, number one. And number two, here's what I typed back. I said, who are you not to think you're a king? Right? And I jest. But you know, those of you that know me really closely, you know that I play with the tattooed guru. I play with the king of the Misfit Nation. I play with legend. I even say legend. And then I pause just because I love, like, I can see people like those judgy bitches that are out there that are like, did he just call himself a legend? Like, I'm not listening to this. And like, as their fingers about ready to push the judgy button and I'm going to change the channel, I go, in my own mind. And then, you know, cause that's how we are. Like, we sit here and we try to take our things. Look, this entire evening is about one thing. It's about the fact that there's enough shit that you have to do within your life, that you have to deal with, that is outside of your actual control. Okay. The job, the sales, the things that you gotta increase and improve your skill sets to be able to overcome barriers. You have competition. That shit's real. You have taxes to pay. That shit's real. You have how are you entering a marketplace when you have no skill sets? That's real. I have to overcome technology taking over a big portion of jobs. Like this shit, that shit's real. And you have to spend your time increasing and improving your skill sets to be able to continue to be relevant in an ever-changing world. Okay. So that is what I want you to free. That is what tonight is about. I want you to free yourself of all the shit that you cannot control. And one of them is this false narrative that at some point in time, and I'm going to go hard on this, y'all. I'm going to go very, very hard, is that at some point in time, somebody convinced you that you had to ask for motherfucking permission to do something. Okay. So at some point in time, you were taught that you needed to wait in line. You need to sit down. You need to shut up. You need to wait your turn. You need to listen. You need to wait to be told to go after What? To go after what? What? That thing that we talk about. I say it all the time, and I got to thinking, so many people are not connected to it. I say it all the time. You got to have a clear outcome. You have to have a clear destination in mind. You have to be clear about what it is that you want in this life, and it has to be measurable, right? And I think to myself, man, the connection that I haven't made is that we do not believe that we are worthy of the thing that was put into our head by the Almighty, by the universe, by energy, by whatever it is. You were born knowing that you're special and that you and you only you can do one of those things that's in your head, that you have an outcome, that you have a desire, that you have something inside of you that is unique to the rest of the world that I can't do, that your mom can't do, that your brothers can't do, that your sisters can't do. And the people that know you, that get around you, that refuse to identify that thing that's in them, want to kill it in you, right? And so the point being here is that we are sitting around waiting for permission to do something, right? To do something that we already know we have the capacity and capability to do. I want you to sit on that for just a second. You know damn good and well why you're here. You know damn good and well that you are resourced for it. You know damn good and well that if you put yourself in a place of discipline and you learn those skill sets and you overcame the things that you needed to overcome, that you would be able to achieve that thing that is in your heart, that is in your mind, that is in your spirit, because it's uniquely been given to you. I don't think it every day. Your mom doesn't think it every day. Your sister doesn't think it every day. Your uncle doesn't think it every day. You fucking think it every day. And what happens is you bought the world's bullshit that said, sit down and wait to be called upon. And then worse, let's say that you didn't buy that line of shit. And what you did was you got up and you stepped out and you went to go do something and you fucked it up. Right? On your way to that thing you saw in your brain, you stood up, you started to walk, you got out of turn, you didn't ask permission, you got up and you fell on your face. And you fell on your face. Even worse, because now what that did was give fodder to everybody else to say, you know what? See, you tried to walk, you moron, sit down and shut up and get back in your place and wait to be called upon. Bullshit. Look, as I sat for 2 days, shooting 52 weeks of content, y'all. My voice is just barely coming back, okay? My voice is barely coming back because we're doing shit I'm putting millions of dollars on the line to build a platform for Misfit Nation next year. All you got to do is show the fuck up. That's all you got to do. I'm putting millions of dollars because I believe in the platform. It kept me from going and getting on a when I sold my companies, to going on an island and just kind of kicking back. It's a platform that we're building together, right? And so we've got to get, as we're going through this season, the holidays, and we're going back around family, and we're putting ourselves in an environment, that we may have stepped a little bit away from in Misfit Nation. We've gotten some more feedback. We've gotten some different thinking. We may have gone to a couple of events this year that put a little bit of different thought or different spin in our brain. But now we're going back into that shark's den, back into that place where if you fell on your face, if you tripped, if you bumped your head, and you're going to go in there and you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm happy. I'm joyful. I've got good friends. Yes, I know my money hasn't caught up yet, but I'm happy. I'm doing the work. I bought the 12-week course. I'm in the G-spot, man. I'm a part of this cool group called Misfit Nation, and I'm hanging out. I'm having conversations. I'm meeting new people, blah, 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 blah. And then you get back into your environment, and I don't care who it is. There's always this one person. Oh, you joined a cult. Oh, you found religion. Oh, you're going to try something again. Well, don't come to me asking for money because the last time you did, you lost my $150, right? Whatever it is, you're going to be surrounded. There's going to be that person that's going to be in your life over the course of these holidays. And you got to be ready for it. You got to be ready for it, right? And so as we look at this, and as I was filming 52 weeks of content, with Ken Okasaki, I'm filming it. And he has this amazing system, this great, amazing system to be able to get this content out of what you're trying to say. And the content came easy to me, y'all. All of the content came easy to me because it's something that I live, I breathe. It's the very fucking heartbeat in me to be able to do the things that I talked about. But when we got to the end, there's something that's called a call to action. And y'all have been on stages, or not on stages, but you've been to events where people on stage, there's a call to action right at the end. And they're like, come and buy my product and come and do this and come and do that. And it's based on science, technology, and a system. And I can go through everybody that you watch online and I could point out how they throw you in a funnel and you become one of the sheep that's going through to the slaughter to end up buying a product that fucking sucks. Okay. Not everybody. I don't want to I don't want to go down that line of saying, well, who does and who doesn't? You know what we're going to do? And it was actually a suggestion by Misty Lane. Said, Jason, what you need to do is you need to create inside of Misfit Nation some companies that we all know you've looked at, other people in Misfit Nation have looked at, and there's kind of a little bit of a blessing, right? We get the king's blessing. I'm going to just go ahead and go with it because I like pissing people off. But there's been a little bit of a blessing on it, and we keep other shit that would harm people, like City Summit, that takes people's money and doesn't give you shit for it, promises stuff to charities and doesn't deliver it, and then lies about everybody that tries to help the guy along the way. Those kind of things, those messages inside of Misfit Nation to protect us. Because I wish, somebody would have been there to mention, I don't mind. I'm a big boy. I can do things. I've lost my own money. I've wasted my time. I've risked my reputation a couple of times because I like believing in people, right? I do. But at the end of the day, so Misfit Nation page, which is being built by our own Danielle, it's going to be launched right before Thanksgiving. But if not, it'll certainly be done right before Christmas. And so what we're going to do though is as I was shooting these videos, sorry, I got to take a drink. But as I was shooting these videos, we got to the end and there was this call to action piece. And if anybody that was there shooting, any of that team was there, they'll tell you I was having a hard time with the call to action. And I kept wondering, I was like, man, I'm so fluid. I know my shit left and right. I know my content, but I was dialed in and I was passionate and I was delivering some really great things for free so that people would be able to increase their revenue, increase their health, get around, increase their proximity. And it was when I started thinking about proximity that the call to action became crystal clear to me. The amount of money that I was spending to be able to do these videos and all this other kind of stuff. We were talking about the call to action to do G-Spot, the 12-week course that I built. That's the greatest business fundamentals digital program that has ever been built on the face of the fucking planet. I know that now. I may have had a doubt in the beginning, but I know it now because of all the results that it's getting, and it's getting results for other people. Okay. And so that I was like, okay, maybe we do that, right? Oh, we do the deep dive. We do things for, with Joe and the team. We do consulting for other companies. I was thinking maybe I do that. And none of it was connecting with me, right? It wasn't hooking my soul. It wasn't like, I didn't feel out of integrity, but I felt out of flow. Maybe that's the word, right? I felt out of flow. And so I stepped away, I stepped outside and I go, I got to think about this. I don't feel comfortable. I don't like these calls to action. I don't want to pitch my own shit. I go, and I'm out there and I get a text from somebody that's watching tonight saying, Jason, I can't tell you how important Misfit Nation is to me, and listed out 2 or 3 interactions with me, 2 or 3 interactions with random people in the Misfit Nation. And I want you to know that I'm going to start 2020 in the best place that I ever have, both financially and mentally. And I have Misfit Nation to thank for it, right? Not Jason Cisneros. Yes, I'm a member of it. Yes, I'm the motherfucking king of Misfit Nation. But at the end of the day, it wasn't just Jason Cisneros, it was Misfit Nation. And boom, it hit me. And I went back in and I started doing the calls to action, You know what the call to action was? Do me a favor, y'all. If you like this video, if you like the content, here's what I want you to do. We've built this amazing group of human beings that has been on the same journey as you, that has had the same problems, that has had the same challenges as you. And all I want you to do, it's absolutely free. Just go to Facebook, join up with Misfit Nation, and see if that's a tribe that fits and resonates with your soul. Boom! That was my call to action on all 52 videos, was me calling to action and spending a shitload of money to get people that are out there searching and seeking for like-minded people, for their spirit animals, for the people that believe like them, the people that have had their asses handed to them, the people that have tried and failed, the people that are looking for somebody to lift, just give them not a hand up, but a boost, even if it's psychological. It's y'all. It's you all in Misfit Nation that cleared my way to finishing out all the call to action. And it's simple. It's free. It is absolutely nothing. There's no risk for them to come to Misfit Nation and just check it out. And you know who they're going to meet? They're going to meet y'all. They're going to meet you, right? They're going to meet you. And that's all I want. If they come in and they meet Emily, if they meet Leona, or they meet, I'm just Robert Brooker, if they meet Kimberly, if they meet Lily, if they meet y'all, and they're carrying around a backpack that they shouldn't be, and they have something that they need to add to the world, which we know every individual that's ever been born has something to add to this world. If you clear the way, if you help lift them up, like my mentors have helped me, if they made some mistakes like I've done, like you've done, but they make it in the effort of advancement and progress, and they stop doing it once they realize it was a mistake. Like, this is us, y'all. This is the people. We got Democrats and Republicans. And as I was thinking about y'all, I was like, that is my call to action. And I did it 52 times without hesitation. When it took me almost the first half of the day to get out of my mouth, I was like, try out the G-spot. And it just didn't look. Everybody that's close to me, Joe Callow, all of my team will tell you that of all the companies that I have ever been involved with, of all the products that I've ever built, repped, fixed, saved, gotten out into the marketplace, that 12-week course called G-Spot or Growth, Mastering your Business G-Spot, is the product that I'm most proud of. Aside from my children, that is the product that I am the most proud of. And I didn't want to do a call to action for it, right? I wanted to do a call to action because, look, that will change the world for people who are looking to make more money. It'll change the world for people that are trying to build substantial charities. But there may be somebody that's out there, like a lot of you, that are just, it's not even about that yet. It's not even about that. They're just so tired of the commercial messages. They're so tired of disingenuous fucking assholes that are looking to prostitute. Hey, we'll pay attention to you. We'll love you. We'll give you some attention. We'll do that, but you got to give me something back, right? And I heard it over and over and over again, right? And those events, they shrink because everybody in the audience is like sharks and they're trying to get something. They're trying to figure out who's the next dumbass that just showed up in my crowd, right? I had some. Again, I'm not going to talk shit about a whole bunch of people. I already did. Y'all know the event, but it's a bunch of they never spend any fucking money. They show up just to take. They're trying to find that person that's wandering around in the crowd, right? That has some money. And if you don't have money, right, just ask Rayanne how she was treated when somebody looked down on her. That's why I left that environment, was because of that woman, was because they treated Rayanne. They looked her up and down and made a judgment about who that golden shining angel is because of how they looked her up and down. I left that environment. Fuck that. And fuck them. And so this environment that we're building, this unstoppable event in February, is going to be, I've already had the conversation, and it's coming from three perspectives. Every single speaker that is up there, every single speaker handpicked by me for one reason and one reason only. They've all had their ass kicked and they've taken excuses off the table, and they have committed their life to service, right? To committing their life to service. And so so what we're doing is we're saying, okay, what was the greatest, and these are people that are currently making money with their ideas, and or they're radically fit, or they're doing something that's out there that you all can learn from. Okay, that you all can learn from. And so they're going to answer 3 questions. Number 1, what is the answer, or what would you teach a younger version of yourself from 20 years ago? We want to hear that, right? Number 2, what are you doing today to make money? Number 3, what do you see in the future? And these are people engaged. And the other rule that we have is 0 selling from stage. You can hire them all you want. There's all kinds of things that you could do to hire these people and to buy their programs and to be involved with them, but they're not selling at this event. This event has been 100% booked and planned. Every sentence, every word that we talk about is being curated to add value to the audience, to put money in your pocket, to put energy in your body, to put you in the right group of people to support you, and for them to say the things that you need to hear, right? This isn't about that, but I want you to understand that is what 2020 is about. We've got you. And if you want to be in an environment that's not fake, that is real, that's built for you, then you've got to support this. You've got to step into it. This is not an action. This is not something that you're going to, you got to stop sitting in your seat waiting for somebody to call on you and say, oh, by the way, it's your turn now. That shit doesn't happen. That call never comes. You get up and you run through a brick wall. And if you surround yourself, even if it's not Misfit Nation, you surround yourself with people who support your mindset, that support your talents, that tell you the truth when you need to hear it, and give you ways to go through the wall or around the wall, or strategies for you to get to where you want to go. You stick with them. That becomes your family, right? And those are the people that you end up linking arms with. So if we sit here and we have a conversation about asking or begging for your birthright, what is your birthright? Your birthright is for you to shine. Your birthright is for you to be forged by the fires of difficulty, right? It's not for you to go, oh, I'm just one of those people that at the end of the day, I just have a rough life, and so fuck it, it wasn't meant for me. You only get one go round that we know of on this big blue planet. You only get one go round. Is there stuff afterwards? I don't know. People come back. You talk to people that have gone on, people that have come before. Do you do regression? There's a million different conversations that we can have about this, but that's not the point. The point is, what are you doing with the 80 to 120 year span that you've been given on this earth? If you're sitting around waiting, you're wasting it. Get off the bench. You have talents, you have opportunity, you have things to add that are going to add value to this world, but it's not going to do it while you're sitting there asking or waiting for fucking permission, where you're waiting for somebody to point you out in the crowd and say, come here, right? I watched my ex-wife, Leona, do it. She's at a weightlifting meet. When she pulled herself out of fucking hell 2 years ago, she had to, and she dedicated herself and she put herself in an environment I never would have in a million years. Look, soaking wet, my ex-wife, when she was pregnant, soaking wet, was 4'11" or 4'9", I think, 4'9", and about 104 pounds, right? That soaking wet when I was married to her and she was pregnant with my baby, right? And so she comes in and does this lifting meet over the weekend, and she broke 2 world's records, 3 state records, and in powerlifting, because it's what she used. She stepped out. It was her calling. She has a following. She's inspiring people. She's doing that stuff with what she's been given. I would have never in a million years thought that was going to be her platform, her ministry, her calling, her mission, whatever it is that you want to call what you should be on. Right? This is what lights I don't have that necklace on tonight, but you've heard me say it before. The human soul on fire is the only thing that's going to change this world. And what lights the human soul on fire is the thing that you're uniquely built for. and you start chasing it, and it becomes non-negotiable, and you put your time into it, and you stop begging for your birthright. Your birthright is that vision of you that when all doubt is taken away, when all of the heart hurt and all of the pain and all of the bullshit that's been stacked on our shoulders trying to keep you to feel like you are irrelevant, you are fucking relevant. You get that shit off your fucking shoulders tonight. That's the call to action, is to get that shit off your shoulders, because there's no more doubt. Look, doubt creeps in, and it causes the greatest stories that have never been told have been crushed by doubt. And the only thing that allows doubt to creep into your mind is you quitting on yourself. And nobody gets to do that. Think about this for just a second. Nobody gets to quit on you but you. You're the only one that owns that fucking power to quit on yourself. Nobody else in the world has it. Nobody else in the world has the ability to quit on you but you. Oh, my mom quit on me. She didn't have the fucking ability. My dad quit on me. No, they didn't have the fucking ability. My kids quit on me. They do not have the ability. They don't have it. The only person that has the ability to quit on you is you. The only person that has the ability to believe in you at a soul level and to support you at a soul level is, aside from everybody else on the face of the planet, is you. I'm looking you in the mirror. I'm looking you in the mirror right now. I'm looking you through this thing. I can see you. I can feel you. I can hear your heartbeat. And what I want you to do is I want you to stand up at some point tonight, and I want you to go look in that mirror and you say, I forgive you. Look in your mirror and go, I forgive you for all of the fuck ups, for all the doubts. I forgive you. I love you. I want you to look in the mirror tonight, and I want you to go, I want you to look in your eyes, and I want you to say, I love you. And don't break the fucking stare with your soul, with your spirit, with that thing that you're the one that you've been looking for. You're the one that you've been looking for. And I want you to say that to yourself. I'm the one that I've been looking for. I'm the one that I've been looking for. And there's nothing that can stop me. There's no one that can stop me. There's no doubt that will enter my mind. I am the power, right? I am a king. You know, so all of those people that get pissed off or want to yell at me or be upset or send me shitty little motherfucking messages about the fact, who do you think you are calling yourself a king? Who are you to say you're not one? Who are you to say you're not a king, that you are not a queen? Who are you to say that you are anything less than the grandest vision you can ever have of yourself? Who are you? You're the only one that gets to light that torch. You're the only one that is buried with that torch. You're the only one that goes on to whatever happens after this lifetime. It's you. It's you. Whew. Tonight, or whenever anybody listens to this show, I did it on purpose, because no matter what, I mean, as much as I talk about this stuff, as much as I model it, as much as I put it out in the world, as much as I talk about it, when somebody who knows me from my past reaches out, there's still this twinge. Jason, how can you be saying the things that you're saying? You know what you fucked up. You know you cheated in your marriage. You know you lost a bunch of money. You know you went bankrupt. You know those decisions took you away from your kids during some of the formative years while they were growing up. Who the fuck are you to be out leading people these days? Like, that's the shit, right? That's the shit that's in our brain. Jason, you lied to people, Jason, you know all this stuff, and somebody else does. Somebody else does too. I got it. Look, if I would be a fucking liar if I was sitting to tell you that those things that every once in a while when you see them, you go, you know what? You're right. You know what? You're right. And not only are you right, but here's some other shit you don't know, which is episode 1 of The Bald Avenger. I just basically said, here it is. Here's all the stuff, I just, it does two things, and I think that this continues to make us a very unique group of people. is that we experience things that break our hearts, and we also are surrounded by people and messages that help us put them back together again, right? Our hearts break, put them back together. Our hearts break, we put them back together, right? It's like tearing down a muscle when you're in the gym. You tear it down, comes back stronger. You tear it down, it comes back stronger. That if you understood that adversity is meant to tear you down to make you stronger because it's building you up for your ultimate swan song. You don't know when you're going to be called to your destiny. You don't know that day when you're going to have to take all of that and you're going to know the right thing to say. You're going to know the right thing to do. You're going to know the right direction to go. You don't ever know when that day is going to come. So you got to get prepared. And the only way that I know how to prepare is to continue to break my heart and to try again and to break it and to heal it and to break it and to heal it and to try and to fall and to try and to fall and to say things and make sure that my message and my actions line up everywhere I go, no matter where I am. If I'm drinking in Southern California and if I'm sober in New York, that my words and that my actions always align, that it's never can be blamed on an outside source, that it can't be blamed on somebody that's lying about me, somebody that's telling the truth about me, that I can't be wavered, that inside there's a fucking oak tree of service that cannot be bent by those things, by doubt, by being attacked, by other people's lies, as something as stupid as who's president of the United States, as stupid as if there's a D or an R, something as stupid as the color of somebody's skin. Please don't let those things to deter me from being the solid oak, the legacy, because only an oak tree leaves a fucking legacy. I'm telling you, nothing else does, right? Just solid. Be solid in who it is that you are. And it breaks my heart beyond belief to know how many people are out there sitting in a chair, brokenhearted, that nobody's healed it, right? That nobody has looked them in the eye. Nobody has said the words in their ear to say to you, you don't need permission. You're not broken. You are loved beyond words. You are smart. You are beautiful. You are worthy. You mean something. You were born for a purpose. I get a random message from January Riggin every once in a while. And it always says this thing: you matter to me. And she qualifies it with a whole bunch of other stuff that she doesn't need to. But January's lived through things that would crush a normal human being. Those of you that know her, she's Soap to Hope, right? Every once in a while, I get a text message from Kat Dawn that says, just want you to know you matter to me. No amount of money. Pastor Rudy, hanging out with him in LA and seeing the things that we see and doing the things that he does, to have him, when we're done and taking off the bulletproof vests and doing the things that we do, to put his hand on my shoulder and to say a prayer. Because what heals a broken heart is love. And Misfit Nation, if there's a legacy that any of us want to leave, if there's a legacy that any of us should want to leave, that we should struggle to leave, that we should dedicate our lives to leaving, it's a legacy of love, right? It's a legacy of love. No amount of money in the world can salve a broken heart. No amount of power can make someone love you. No amount of, like, all of the shit, no amount of fame in the world can do the things that just texting somebody you matter. Like, none of it. So I'm passionate about Misfit Nation as we go into 2020 for a reason, because that's the message. You know, when the call to action became clear to me that it was nothing monetary, that it was nothing, you know, yes, I'm passionate about, you know, the 12-week program. I'm passionate about growth and mastering your business G-spot. Yeah, I'm passionate about all of that. I'm passionate about Unstoppable. I'm passionate about a lot of things that we have coming up. But you know what? That call to action, it was Tony Robbins answering an email from a fucking moron who was homeless and addicted to drugs and hadn't seen his kids because he'd made so many fucking bad decisions. That person was me, right? It was the people that when I was homeless on a beach in Southern California, like my ex-wife, that I was able to call and say, haven't eaten in 3 days. Can you guys send me $10? It was those people. Damn it. These allergies. So that's what next year's all about. That's what 2020 is all about. And I feel like the people that are in this group, you know, that you share this, like this, the messages that get shared out, and the conversations that are had, and the things that we do, and when I go out and we have a dinner and we're having conversations and we have people like Tracy Porterfield show up, and she goes, you know what? I haven't heard that many I love yous in a long time. And it was just a gathering of people, of fuck ups. Like Misfit Nation were just fuck ups, right? That have not forgiven ourselves. That think that thing that we messed up was a life sentence when it's not. You've served your sentence. You're free. You know, you're free. You're free to do those things that you were put on this earth to do. And we're free. Once we get there, we have to protect people. You know, we have to protect people. And that's what I'm so excited about, Misfit Nation being built into an official thing. And hi, Tracy. I didn't know you were here. It's good to see you. I just go to the mirror. Like, I mean, just come up with those things. Like, if you were to sit down tonight and you were just to write a message and you were to say, you know, these are the things that I wish that I had heard when I was a kid. These are the things that I wish that somebody would tell me today. These are the things that I'm looking for in another person to come and tell me. These are the things, and just write those things out. Just write those things out and go stand in front of the mirror and say them to yourself. You know, look yourself in the eyes and say, I love you. Look yourself in the eyes and say, I forgive you. Look in yourself in the eyes and say, you're worthy. Look yourself in the eyes and do what January texts out to, like, everybody she knows, I know, and just say, you matter to me, right? You matter on this earth. The thing that's inside of you is not stupid. It's a purpose. It's a mission. It's something only you can accomplish. It may seem like nonsense right now because you have no money in the bank account, because you have no influence, because you have no power. You feel powerless. That's always a lie. And my opinion is the people that buy the lie, who've been taught that lie, they know. People that have been taught that lie, they have a superpower inside of them. You know, they have a superpower inside of them that if they get unleashed, if it gets unleashed, they know, right? The dark side of the world, the people that that are doing harm on purpose, that are telling lies on purpose, that are out there propping up that they help charities, and they don't fucking, they do it for themselves, and they're doing it for their own self-enrichment and all that kind of stuff. The only way we combat that is by overwhelming the dark with non-negotiable fucking light. That's the only way that we can overcome it. People have to learn their own lessons in life. People have to fall down. They have to look. But when people are getting up, when people are damaged or hurt or hurting, or their heart is broken, there's nobody in the past of my life that has fucked me over that couldn't come to me today and say, Jason, I'm sorry, that I wouldn't forgive. And I can tell you that that is 9,000 degrees different than a younger version of Jason. If somebody pissed me off, if they rubbed me the wrong way, if I got some sense off of them, I had a light switch. Doop, you're gone and you're out. But I've learned from men that are better than me that I needed to improve parts of my personality to become a man worthy of leadership. Worthy of being given the title of servant. Because the men and the women that I admire the most are servants. They don't talk about what they have. They don't talk about themselves all the time. What they do is they serve and they give. In February, I put together some of the biggest givers I could find. Controversial. People talk shit about them, but they do things, and they are doing things, and they're coming to give their best to y'all. So, I think I stuck pretty much with what I wanted to talk about tonight. but again, I want you to, the takeaway for tonight is that we need more people in Misfit Nation. We need more people to be, just give them a taste. Let them listen to, some of the Bald Avenger podcasts. Let them bring them into our environment. And if they don't like it, they'll find their way out, right? That some of them will talk shit before they leave, but some of them will talk shit after they leave. Some of the people that I've done the most for still to this day talk shit about me. And so that's not the issue. What we're looking for is 300 warriors that can hold off an advancing horde of 10, 20, 100,000 people. 300 committed, we could change the world, y'all. But let's get them in here. I love you guys. Everybody that's listening tonight, thank you so much. Again, for your attention and your sharing of the message and the stepping up that you do every single day, watching what Kat does and John and Noel and L. Patrick Dickerson and Robert Booker, and just watching you guys stop talking so much and more doing. Tony Rodriguez and Leona and all, just and now Emily and Bonnie and all I just could go through here and just Ruben and all the people that matter and that are doing things differently with their lives. It's time for us to light the fucking place on fire, y'all. The world is our platform. The world is our stage in 2020. And that stage that's being built has a name. It's called Unstoppable. Because when you look at yourself in the mirror, the last thing I want you to do is I want you to say, after you've forgiven yourself, after you said you love yourself, all of those things that you need to do, I just want you to look at yourself in the mirror and as solid and as sure as anything you've ever said in your life, I want you to say, I am unstoppable. Because you are. I love you. Thank you for being here, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.